Got this old John Deere tractor for a project. The bendix on the starter was stuck. I got the hood off of it. Bendix on the starter was stuck, so I got that fixed. Yeah, I took the pan off so you can see down inside where the pulleys are. And I don't know if you can see that belt or not, but it's got a chunk missing out of it. And the back pulley, the main drive pulley here, I don't know, might have to replace it. It looks like it's in pretty bad shape. I'll see what I can do with that. But it's obvious now what the problem is with the belt. It's completely shot. Okay. Here I am on day 2 of the John Deere project. So I've got all the pieces painted, and that's the grill with the headlights in it. And the motor painted yesterday and the side panels. We want to try to finish this today. Probably won't get it back together, but try to finish it. But I'm having a bit of a problem because it's blown back a little bit through the carburetor, which means to me that there's probably an intake valve too tight. Maybe the keeper came off of it. Maybe a bent valve, something like that that's causing it. So I'm going to take the valve cover off of it here in a little bit and have a look, see what's going on underneath of there. I've taken off the shroud and the air filter cover. Now I'll take off the valve cover, see what's underneath of there. Hey folks, I'm back again. There's Dan behind me, Miss Daisy. She's never more than 20 feet away from me. And she'll probably sit there as long as I sit here. Anyway, I'm back to the mower. I worked the head off of it yesterday and replaced the head gasket. Let me get my camera set up. Okay, after I got the head out, this is the gasket that I took off of it. I can't really find anything wrong with it. There is a thin place on it, but it don't look like it's been blown through or anything on either side. So anyway, I put a new one in, and of course my battery was dead while I was recording. So I'm at the point now to where I'm just going to tighten up the bolts one last time before they're torqued down, I think. And then but anyway, as you can see, I got it partly painted, and I got parts sitting around here that already painted, ready to go back on them. So I don't know if I can get this or not, but anyway, I'll go ahead and finish taking these down. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to start from the outside, from the inside, work my way out. It was supposed to be at about 200 inch-pounds, which is not very much. I think the foot-pounds would be maybe 12 pounds. Take the 200 and divide it by 12, whatever that would be. 12 would be I don't know, but anyway. I'll just finish, just snug these down a good bit so I get the torque wrench. Pretty tight, getting there. This socket set is probably one of the best socket sets I've ever had. It's a pass-through set, so that the hole goes completely through. So you can put an all thread all the way down there and run a bolt to it for the wedge design. You never need a deep well socket. And it's really a good quality set. And I would definitely buy another one. These should be tightened corner to corner after they're put in. There's actually a sequence that you're supposed to go by, but I don't have that sequence. So I know some have bolts on car engines and stuff. I'm going to start in the middle and do those two, and walk out 2 bolts away and do those 2, jumping back and forth. Try to get the head tightened down as evenly as possible. Getting there. I ordered a new carburetor for this thing. I was going to get a carburetor kit and rebuild it, but I didn't for 2 reasons. One is because my fingers aren't as nimble as they used to be. And trying to build a carburetor with just one hand, dealing with the needle valve and floats and all that, not going to be a good thing. So, the rebuild kit was like $22. The entire carburetor, ready to bolt on and ready to go, was $27. So that's kind of a no-brainer for me. Of course, I bought the carburetor. I've got to wait for it to come in. Meanwhile, I can take this one off. With a new head gasket and new carburetor, the valves looked like they were seating okay. There didn't appear to be any bent valves or anything like that to allow for a back pressure to the carburetor. So I think that when I get the carburetor on, it'll eliminate that gasoline in the motor oil. Welcome to Handicapped Not Helpess, Part 2. Here's the project for today's episode. Just got it in the mail today. And it is the carburetor. For a 12 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. I've been working on a lawnmower that I got for practically nothing. But when you get something for practically nothing, you have to put something in it. And so it had gas in the oil. So I put a new head gasket on it a few days ago. And this is the new carburetor for it. I'm going to put it on today. And removing the carburetor is a simple job if you're not as clumsy as I am. Only need a few tools here. First we'll take the fuel line off. gas is turned off here. So I got it turned off. That's that valve right there. There's a little bit in the hose wants to leak out. Then underneath here there's a brace that you should probably take off first. It's got one bolt. And it's, oh, I don't know, 5/16 bolt. I got a little welding magnet here that I keep my bolts on so I don't lose them. Now, get the 2 bolts out of the carburetor. The hardest job for me is not doing the work. The hardest job is getting to the work. But we manage. And it's gonna break this top loop. Come on, there. Now I'm gonna put this on the, I can't get that screwdriver handle down in there, so I have to put it on this ratchet, little 1/4 inch ratchet. I'm gonna go ahead and put at the star bit appears to be on one side. Okay. Let's set the ratchet to loosen. Take the top one out first. As you loosen the bottom one, the weight of the carburetor is going to pull down on it and bind you. So I think it's better to take the bottom one out first. And you don't have that problem. Although, in my situation, the carburetor may fall on the ground once I get it out. Yeah, you got that one out. There we go. And it's a pretty easy job. I'm going to go ahead and take the bow off the bottom of this, check out the needle valve and stuff. And when I looked online, it was I believe it was $22 for a rebuilt kit. And with my dexterity, with my right hand dexterity, I just don't have the dexterity to do what it needs to be done. So that's the reason I bought the entire carburetor. The breather tube looks okay. Gas from here is busted. Let's see if I can get over there where I can look at it. One more wheelchair day on it. Come on. Like pouring ketchup. Anticipation is making me wait. Let's see if I get that off there. I'll turn it up. I gotta find one tool somewhere. I'll have to get this off and clean that surface. I don't think it ain't gonna come off without turning it up. Nope. This is time not too different paths, and I would make a gasket out of cardboard and put on there. But I gotta get a razor blade here. So danger. Back there hiding in the shade. And I don't blame him. These 12 horsepower breeding Strattons are pretty good motors, as far as I'm concerned. And they use them on all kinds of different lawnmowers and other things. So it's easier to get parts for. Some people swear on them, some people swear at them. So, but to me it don't matter as long as it runs good. Gasket off of there, what's left of it. You hot, Daisy? Huh? What are you panting for? Oh, yeah. I'll check around here local, and well, today's Sunday. I probably can't get today. Let's see if I can get new 2 gaskets for this thing. Again, may have to wait till tomorrow to put it back together. I can get a little wire brush on my Dremel. Clean this off really good. I guess that's going to be about it until I get those daggone gaskets. That's a little disappointing. I wanted to get them together today. Okay, well. There ain't too much more I can do. So I get those gaskets. Used to be a blue law here where the stores weren't able to open until noon on Sunday, especially liquor stores. I think it may still be that way for liquor stores, I ain't sure. But it's gotten to the point to where you can buy most what you want on Sunday. But I don't think the local small engine place is open today. Okay, it looks pretty good. I'll get some cleaner and clean it up really good. We got some gasket that back in there, don't want that. And we'll put it back together, hope for the best. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2. I'll probably going to take this apart and just have a look-see anyway. And stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching. Okay, as I look at this carburetor, the new one, I can see that the choke cable hooks up differently than it does on the old carburetor. So it might be a little bit of an issue. Also, let's see. Also, the vent hooks up a little different, I think, or maybe not. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I guess it hooks up the same way. Okay, so I got the two new gaskets. I'm gonna see if I can shove this vent pipe on. Maybe it will help hold it for a second. I believe there's a hole in that pipe, rubber hose. I have to figure out how I'm going to do this before I get into it too far. And I think if let's see, maybe I can get one of the main bolts started. Let's see. If I can, that would be good. Now it's going to be painfully slow for somebody watching it, I know that. But the whole purpose of the video is to show how I'll have to do things. And hopefully it's successful and can maybe give somebody else a little bit of courage that maybe they can do some things too that they're not doing now. My motto is do something you can't do. If you continue to do the same thing you can do every day, then you don't progress very much. But if you can continue to do things that you cannot do, maybe, maybe you do. All right, I'm about to move around here. And like I said, my biggest problem of doing something is not actually doing the work, it's just getting to the work and being able to situate myself. And before, when I would be able to just stand up and move around a little bit, don't really have that option. Now I can stand up for a few seconds for a minute or so on my right leg. So I have to be really careful because anytime I stand up, there's always a possibility I'll fall down. And if I fall down, I ain't getting back up because I can't. Okay, let's see, I got the gaskets. Let's see if I can get these on without tearing them up. Now, I may not be doing this the easiest way, so I'll have to do it a couple times and see which is the easiest way. Try to hold the carb up there and get everything lined up at the same time. Hey, I think I got it started. Maybe, maybe not. I believe I do. All right. That's a start. That's a good thing. I'll run that in just enough to make sure it's in. Not enough to even begin to tighten it. Just enough to get it in there. And I'm going to put the bottom one in. Make sure the gaskets are lined up. I can see that they're a little bit out of line, so we'll have to line them back up a little bit. You can see it just a little bit out. Try to do it without damaging either one of them. Okay, I got that one started. I think. I may have to undo this and find another way of doing it. It depends on how hard it is to get those choke cable and throttle cable hooked up. I may have to unhook it and figure out another way of doing it. Maybe hook the cables on first, is what I'm thinking. So I'll probably maybe have to end up doing that. Okay, I think I got the motor started. I guess not. There I do now. Okay, I'll leave that loose. Never tighten everything up until you got all the bolts started. Let me see if I can get this cable on before I go any further. I may have to take it off and start again. I'm thinking I might have to hook the cables up first. The throttle cable is going to hook up right. I would. Let's see. Now the choke cable is going to hook up okay. I don't know about the throttle cable. It's a different hookup. Let's see, there's the throttle cable. It's in the same place. It looks to be the same. So that looks okay. And the choke cable, is on the opposite side. This is the choke on this one. So I'm gonna hook the throttle cable up if I can. And then you get that little spring that is a return on the throttle. And it's gonna be difficult to hook up. I think I'm gonna take it back off, hook these springs up first, and then put it back on. So let me turn the camera off. I'll hook that back up, take it apart and hook it back up with the cable on it, and then I'll come back. Okay, about half an hour has passed. I got the throttle cable in. I wasn't able to get the choke cable in yet. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this together, because I believe I can get that choke cable in after the carburetor is installed. So I'll try to get my gaskets on there without dropping everything. If I would have continued to record, I would have run out of battery or spilled my card before I got that done. I was about a half an hour getting one cable in. We'd be able to do this entire job in about 10 minutes. And that's not exaggerating. And I know the guys that can do it in 10 minutes are looking and saying, man, can't believe it take you an hour to do it, put a carburetor on. But frustratingly slow, isn't it? That is for me too. But that's okay. I was a mechanic in another life. Used to work for a Datsun dealership as a Nissan company. When Datsun, they were actually pretty good cars. I like the pickup trucks. There's the 280Z and the 260Z. And I dropped the bolt. So I can get that breather tube in there. I think it's got a hole in it. I'm gonna order another one anyway. If it's got a hole in it, then it's not gonna idle right. May not idle at all, because it'll suck air. Come on now. Get both gaskets on at the same time. Okay. Now, come on. Ain't got enough fingers. Now, come on now. Okay, here's the hole thing. Oh, I need one more finger. I'm gonna get in there. bottom of the boat. As I dropped in a minute ago. Get the gas turned on. You're not handicapped, you're not helpless either. Some people think they are. So, Dan, Miss Daisy for Handicapped Not Helpess. Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe, hit that button, ring that bell. See so next time I post a video, you'll get a notification. All right, thanks a lot, folks.